In today's video, we're transitioning to the 2026 F1 season with Williams. With, of course, a massive regulation change, we're going to see what the pecking order is like, any driver transfers, and then kicking off the season with round 1. Right, well, we ended off 2025, the first season of this 25 DLC career mode. Really strong, 5th place for Williams, 136 points. You know, we held off Aston Martin with, Fernando Alonso being relentless. He actually outscored Sainz and Albon. Like, he was honestly putting in a shift to try and overtake us with Aston Martin. Stroll, not that much help with only 5 points, but our drivers, I mean, I'm so happy with this lineup going into the next season, as Williams should be in real life. I mean, Sainz and Albon really equally matched here in the game, and obviously just recently at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, a decent double points for them. IRL showing maybe the same sort of promise we've seen in this career mode over 2025. Nice to see, Behrman get up there in P12 and the Haas. Antonelli had a pretty strong first season for Mercedes. Obviously, in the Drivers' Championship, we know what happened. McLaren, generational bottle. They could have won Oscar Piastri the championship, but Verstappen got his 5th championship of his career. But that's then. This is now. We go towards the end of this season. We've actually got a counter offer from Dennis Hauger because we wanted to sign him as an affiliate driver. He's a free agent right now, so he's got some cheek to ask for a much higher salary. I'm just gonna try and go in and go for a little bit under if we can. I mean, it's a very small window, so I'm hoping he's gonna be okay with just going down a little bit. It's the very bottom of his target. He wants a signing bonus. Can I bring that down? Is that going to really affect things? If I just bring that off. Okay, he really wants the signing bonus. Wow. Okay, unfortunately, we're probably just going to have to pay a lot for him, aren't we, to get him on. I think he'll be good, though, to aid our car development. And to be fair, we're not, like, strapped for cash. So do I just bite the bullet and go for it? I'm going to have to just go for it, I think. I'm just going to have to go for it and accept I'm paying a little bit more for him. It always happens on F1 Manager. You always end up paying more, after Season 1. Because you're just never going to get to the same salary level as was there in the base game. But we're going through now to the end of the season. There's really nothing else to do for us. 21 million. I'm not going to spend any of that at the moment. Oh, wow. Really? Okay, well, screw me then. Looks like we don't have a new affiliate driver being signed. It's just Luke Browning, which obviously we're letting him develop himself. Basically, as we get a nice congratulations from Mike Crack from Aston Martin. We put up a good fight, but your team fought just a little bit harder or got a little bit more lucky. We'll do our best to stop you next season, don't worry. Well, GG's, Mike Crack, GG's, but suck it, loser. Right, we're going to have to maybe look into some affiliate drivers into the next season. Oh, goodness sake, really? Oh, we've not even got into the winter break, and we've got a factory fire. That is not a good omen for the season start. Last bit of sponsorship money, 2.8 million and 4.7 for the wind tunnel hire. Oh my days, really good. Team marketability went up. End of season sponsor review. Overall, yeah, I agree. But I think we did very, very well on the sponsorship kind of thing. And then now we come to race schedule 2026. Our team rating went up to 3 stars. It was just over 2. So that's pretty good. Obviously, a lot of that is yours truly, the work we've done. We smashed out the long-term objective of the scoring points in 50% of this season's races, so I'm sure they're going to be going for a bit higher on the on the targets maybe into next season. Board confidence is high. We get another 1.5 million, so that's really good. Just adds to the pool of money we've got going into next season. And there we are, the big regulation change, big 50%, 70% changes everywhere. And we've also got a change in the season prize share because, teams that were down here voted for this. So we actually get less season prize share next year if we were to finish in 5th place then, because it's going to be for next year it's based off. But obviously, we're going to be aiming for the top 4 minimum anyway. The target for next season is apparently going to be the exact same, but obviously, we have got loftier heights. Of course, we'll accept the new target. We've got unfinished business here with Williams, of course, as we go into our 2nd season of the series and with them. And that is just what you want to see. That is ideal. Everything's high, delighted. Keep those vibes going for this year. Car development's going to be minus 14 million. we have, obviously, we had a lot of money, actually. So our starting balance will be 15 million. That's really decent, I think. In terms of the research we've done, I mean, we did the best we could. There's some big changes here. Like, it's a real big deficit 2026. So we tried to negate it as much as we could. We had upgrades in the pipeline for everything. So I'm going to be curious to see at the end, the end of this first bit where we're kind of, previewing and going through this winter period, seeing what the performance levels are. But unlike, previous series that I've done, guys, on F1 Manager, we are going into the first race in this video. There is a change for 2026. The fastest lap bonus point is back. It was removed for 1 year and it has been brought back in the game now for the next season. I see no reason to swap over from Mercedes. I mean, if this was IRL 2026, I think you'd bet on Mercedes. If you're Williams, you'd stick with Mercedes. And here in the game, it may be a little bit different, but I think there's no reason to swap over. I think Mercedes is a really good middle ground engine for a team like Williams. So let's just stick with what we know. And so we load into 2026. We are starting at the Australian Grand Prix. We've got a slightly different calendar. We're not going to be doing a full 24 race calendar from season 2 onwards in the series as we have done in the past. It worked really nicely, I think, to trim down the calendar to about 19 rounds, which is what I personally and a lot of you guys think should really be the length of an actual F1 calendar. It's a little bit too bloated these days for my liking, and I think a lot of people's liking. So this is the updated 2026 calendar. We are still starting off at the Australian Grand Prix. We then go to China, Suzuka. Then we've got Bahrain, no Jeddah. Hopping over then to the United States for the Miami Grand Prix before going to Imola, Monaco, Canada, then the usual, typical European portion of the season, Spain, Austria, Silverstone, Hungary, Spa, Zandvoort, Monza, Singapore, missing out Baku this time, going to Sao Paulo, and then ending with Qatar and the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. In this video, we're just going to be doing round 1, and then after that, we'll basically be doing a couple of races per episode, timing it in a way where the last episode can be a double management special of Qatar and Abu Dhabi. And being 2026, we do have some team changes. Red Bull, now known as Red Bull Ford. They've got the Ford badging. We've got a very nice new Red Bull livery, which I for one love. Obviously, you can see the similarities to the one I actually made for F1 24, with the Red Bull logo on the side pods. There's something about that we haven't seen that in real life, and it's just so nice as a livery. So we've got that for the Red Bull team. And then, of course, Kick Sauber changing to Audi Sport for the first time. Audi is in Formula 1 now in black, red, and grey with this livery. Obviously, IRL, Cadillac have been accepted to come onto the grid. In this series, we only have 10 teams, obviously, with the nature of I started this career mode in F1 Manager, obviously, in the, picking an official F1 team. So we didn't get the chance to add in an extra team. It's not really how the 25 DLC works at the moment. So we don't have Cadillac on the grid. I'm sure in the future, maybe there's something we can do to bring Cadillac into the fold, or resetting the series. Maybe we're doing the creator team and kind of bringing them in that way. I don't know. And then for the rest of the teams, we're actually going to stick with the original 25 DLC career mode liveries and changes to those teams because, it's on, obviously, like I said, bringing the 25 DLC to this game felt like a new 2025 manager game. So I felt like we've not really even had much chance to spend a lot of time with these 2025 liveries in this game. So for that reason, I think hopefully you'll agree with me. Let's just stick with the 2025 liveries for at least one or two more seasons because, we haven't really spent that much time with them compared to the base liveries. As for the rest of the admin into 2026, before we get to the performances, the driver transfers, let's look at the sponsor negotiations ahead of the season. And it seems like very nicely the balanced package out of the three actually, is the highest funding. That's ideal. That's ideal because if the highest funding was all about race day package, then you're really putting a lot of pressure on needing to perform every single race. But a balanced package having 45 million compared to 38.6, basically 40 million. That's ideal. I will happily go for the balanced overall title sponsor package here in game, and then secondary packages, well, we don't have too many options to pick from, so we'll just fill them out. That's pretty straightforward. That's pretty simple. 78 million, 28.9 up front, and then a nice even split of engagement and race day targets. So that's good. Performance reliance is low. That's, you know, you want to see that pretty much every single time. So let's go ahead and confirm that. Thank you very much. So now our total is up to 44.5 million. That is going to give us a lot of funds to, one, make as maximum the amount of upgrades we can at the start of this season to, you know, to help us out. Because the R&D chart, we look at that just before the first race, because whatever we are at now, let's say, which we'll see in a minute, we'll get an inkling of the car analysis. Obviously, there's 71 days, you can see in the bottom right there, till Melbourne. So there's so much time to make further upgrades to improve your position at the start of the season. And unlike other seasons where we've done a pre-season video and I've kept you waiting for this one, because I imagine not a lot is going to be changing with the driver transfers, because you know, a lot of the teams, actually, just like in real life, they've got such strong lineups, and you're wanting to keep consistency over such a big regulation change into 2026, that I imagine this part is not going to be massive like we've seen before. So we're going to go ahead straight into the first race and see this maybe spending at the start of the season going well for us. But let's get a little inkling, shall we, into the car performance. 11th and 12th. That's, I'm not going to lie, very similar to maybe where we ended off last season. So I'm quite surprised at that, because I think a lot of you guys also, well, I saw some comments were worried that because we put so much into next year's car, you know, in the past, maybe sometimes people have felt that it's maybe a little bit overpowered putting so much into research and you have this massive leap up. But clearly that's not the case. Whether, I don't know if the guys making the 25 DLC worked on that in the background. Maybe they altered some things to make sure the AI are upgrading as much, or maybe the database editor, you know, helped that out. I'm not too sure. But 11th, 12th, it doesn't scream the massive jump and leap that maybe some of you were thinking, maybe even I was thinking. I mean, there are some great things that we've kept over from last year's car. Tire preservation, number one. That was a big thing for me of wanting to improve that. We did suspension upgrades, and all the suspension research parts we did, I skewed to tire wear because I knew how important it was in this game. And then high speed's pretty damn good. Again, that was a skew that we were doing, and we did obviously make sure to do a lot of ATR research parts on the underfloor. So I mean, the inkling there is if we could get in a couple of good upgrades, that would be very, very ideal. I'm thinking we go for a chassis to improve the top end speed. Chassis would also then generally help maybe the engine cooling as well. We can maybe help that, and then maybe side pods as well. Okay, we might lose even more engine cooling with this, I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to get the best we can get. We're getting massive gains on medium speed with this skew drag reduction. Can I somehow get this engine cooling better? Oh, okay. What do I want to sacrifice? DRS effectiveness or engine cooling even further? I feel like let's go for this, just because I don't want to absolutely nuke the engine cooling more than it needs to be, and we're still getting a good improvement on top end speed. We'll put 4 engineers on that. Go for a normal approach. Yeah, 25 days. I mean, we've got so much time till the first race. I feel like putting the weight down massively is just helping. Like, it's a very heavy car, I guess. The 2026 Williams here in-game is a behemoth of weight, and reducing this weight helping a lot, apparently. I don't know if that, it seems a little bit broken, maybe, I don't know. Right, I've used all my engineers on chassis, underfloor, side pods, all ATRs used, so this is it. We've put in all our chips for these upgrades for the start of the 2026 season, and hopefully that is going to go up a significant amount by the time we get to Australia. But now, as we come through, I think we can take a look at the driver transfers in the official email. We've got an email about completing our chassis sooner. I mean, I feel like we don't need to pay that. We don't. It's not going to make much of a difference to us. So let's just acknowledge it. But I'm not going to go for it. Right, here we go. Team roster time in 2026. I don't imagine a whole roster of changes, but there might be 1 or 2 surprises, you know, to put us, keep us on our feet. So this is the in-game team roster update for the 2026 season, based off the 25 DLC being installed, of course, so don't know if that has changed things in the back end for, you know, what teams aspire for, or drivers with their salaries, etc. Let's see. Off the bat, there is no change massively that they're noting, and no change for the top 2 teams. Obviously, Red Bull being Red Bull Ford now, but it is still Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris, and Max Verstappen and Tsunoda. Piastri now, actually, I never realized, Piastri now in-game rated 1 higher than Lando. And then Verstappen, obviously, entering this season as a 5-time world champion, even though McLaren won back-to-back Constructors' Championships. But no change then for the top 2 teams in the sport. But, you know, they may not be the top 2 teams going into this season, depending on how others have done. Because 2 works teams of Ferrari and Mercedes, they have sure pushed the boat, I'm sure, for development. And there is no change there. It is still Leclerc and Hamilton, the fantastical pairing for Scuderia Ferrari. Mercedes with Russell and Antonelli. Antonelli now up to 85, so he is growing very, very nicely in Mercedes. This is no real surprise, which is, you know, why I'm going to be doing the first race of the season in this episode, because I imagined over this winter period there probably won't be much change. I think from like season 3 of this series onwards, that's when we're going to start to get maybe a little bit more, you know, chaos, because also in game, just like in real life, a lot of these guys' contracts run to the end of 2026, you know, on purpose to give themselves that opportunity to move if their team didn't do so well in this massive regulation change. Right, moving on, we've got ourselves and Aston Martin. We know what we've got. We know we're sticking with Albon and Sainz. What a pairing that was for us, and we still have a duty of justice to do better even with that pairing. But Aston, I can't imagine they're changing too much. No, Lance Stroll and Fernando Alonso once again teammates into 2026, as they will be in real life, you imagine. And of course ourselves with Albon and Sainz. We now move to Haas and Audi. Now this could be a change, I don't know. Audi were kick Sauber. In real life, they've probably got Bortoleto and Hulkenberg nailed down. Is that going to be the case in game? I mean, for the first time, we see Hulkenberg in his Audi overalls, and it is going to be the same. Behrman, Ocon, Hulkenberg, Bortoleto, RB, and Alpine then. I mean, first of all, to be fair, let's just pause here with Bortoleto and Hulkenberg. Nice to see them in the Audi overalls. Behrman also 85. So the two former F2 teammates growing very nicely together in Formula 1. But we now come to Alpine and RB. So far, there has been no changes. What did I say about maybe it being quite samey, at least for this season in the career, which, to be fair, I think this is the one time in a career mode series you're never going to get me or any of you guys complaining it's samey, because, you know, this would be a very important year to keep your drivers the same, maybe into a new era of Formula 1 and maybe a new pecking order. But RB and Alpine don't stay the same. The last 2 teams on this email page, they do change. Sergio Perez is back in Formula 1. A little bit, you know, awkwardly, a little bit tail between his legs. He's come back with the junior Red Bull team alongside, that's awkward, alongside the man that replaced him initially. And obviously we know from real life these guys had beef, so I can't imagine this is going to go too well. But that's a bit of a shame for Hadjar. That's very harsh for Hadjar in-game, and harsh for doing, but this one maybe a bit more realistic. Franco Colapinto in for Alpine now, alongside Pierre Gasly into 2026. Obviously, the Argentinian clan and fans are going to be loving that, but this seems harsh. This seems very harsh for Hadjar. But I suppose it is a game, and in the game, Perez still had a lot to give as an 80-rated driver. So he's looking to bounce back a little bit in Formula 1 in the junior Red Bull team. But that is your grid for 2026. Just 2 changes for Perez and Colapinto. But at the same time, it's still massively exciting. Like I said, like with the 25 liveries that we've still got for most of these teams, we've only, you know, spent a couple of episodes with these lineups. So I for one, I'm not complaining that we have still got similar lineups, because we've only had a couple of episodes, you know, with these guys, you know, with the Ferrari, with Merc, etc., etc. So, you know, I'm just actually curious still to see how the likes of, you know, Behrman grows in Haas, how Hulkenberg and Bortoleto get on. Bortoleto's growing quite nicely, to be fair. He's now higher rated than Hulkenberg. So, yeah, I'm still really, really enjoying this lineup, from the 25 DLC install. Right, we now move through this first period. Oh, beautiful. Luke Browning growing, 75 rated. Lovely. We've got 67 days till Melbourne. We're just moving through this period now, getting those upgrades in, and then we'll take a look at the all-important R&D chart. Our facility... Oh, I've got to spend some money on facilities refurbing. Oh, okay. 2.8 million on the refurb there. Suspension. Yeah, I'm going to have to spend a decent chunk of money here. 1.6, that's not that bad. Everything else is good. Okay, cool. Okay, we have to spend a little bit of money there. Do we upgrade the wind tunnel? I feel the wind tunnel upgrade's calling me. 10 million. I think that would be worth it, I think that would be worth it. Let's refurb the race simulator as well, actually. That's not that great. I'm going to go for the wind tunnel upgrade. I want to upgrade the wind tunnel. Screw it. Let's go for it. 10 million. We're down to 21 million, but we can live with that. That's fine. That's we were happily operating at that at the start of the season the start of the series. So that's fine. Right, we've got side pod chassis being manufactured. Now we're going to get the underfloor manufactured, and then it's a case of just putting it on the car, and hopefully it stacks up. Oh, we're going to do a shutdown of suspension simulator. That's fine. Just get that sorted before the start of the season. Right, pit crew well rested. Oh, you know what? I should look at the comments. I asked in the last episode, I basically asked for tips on how to improve the pit stop situation, because for the life of me, the amount of hours I've played of this game, I still don't actually understand fully how you're meant to improve the pit crew. So I'm going to actually look at that now. Work on the gym sessions. Don't they go over 50% fatigue? Okay, so fatigue was fine there for me. Fatigue was absolutely fine on the, what was the training program he just did? Like, fatigue's absolutely fine, 0%, but the pit stop time's woeful. Oh, I suppose he's saying we need to do gym time, but balancing it. Wait, can I edit this then? Okay, so I should do a lot of gym time then, right? I should probably move these to gym. I mean, we've got loads of time here, so we may as well just go do gym everywhere. Oh, that's calm. A lot of gym time, but still 13%. Let's confirm that change. And that's going to bring down the pit stop time just a little bit. We'll have to just keep on working on that then. Right, James Irwin up to 80 rated. Of course, remember, guys, we now have a new engineer. We've got Hugh Bird. He was at, I think, Red Bull originally in the game, and in the 25 DLC he was a free agent. So Sainz has to restart relationship building with his engineer again. Unfortunately, he's a little bit negative about the team, but it's because he's got high standards. But I'm hoping he can really be a positive with Sainz. Both high-rated driver and engineering pairing to, push up the order. Right, refurb of the race simulator done. What else we got coming up? We've got more refurbs of the car test center. Beautiful. Suspension simulator refurbished. Didn't we just do that? Oh, no, we didn't. That was part of the problem. Okay, yeah. So now it's making me spend money extra. Fair enough. Okay, go for it. Right, here we go. Manufacturing's all done. We've got we've got our first sponsor plan of the year coming in. Design center effectiveness plus 50 for 45 days. When's the next ATR period available? 7 days. Oh, definitely then. Definitely. We can get more upgrades in and improve the effectiveness. All right, training schedule again. Okay, look, see now, now they're tired. Let's do a rest. Chance of mistake adding on. Okay, no, let's get that. Okay, well rested. 21%, still bringing down. I think that's what the best I can manage right now. Honestly, it just feels like you're kind of clicking random buttons and hoping for the best. Right, new ATR period begins. Let's get the new parts on the car. I'm going to rush through a rear wing. This is with the effectiveness added on. Get underfloor and then side pod, maybe? Oh, no, we just did a side pod, didn't we? Front wing? Front wing. Let's go front wing. All right, we spent a lot of money there. We're down to 20 million, but we got 3 upgrades now with that extra effectiveness. So that's going to be a real aid long term. We won't see the benefit of that for Australia because we've got 11 days till it. So let's now count down the days, the week of the Australian Grand Prix, and then see what's what in the R&D chart, because the pre-season results officially come in game here now. I feel like the email's always a little bit wish-washy about, like, improvements. Okay, Melbourne is in 1 day's time officially. Let's stop it there. Check out the R&D chart. Oof, what did I say? What did I say about Ferrari and Mercedes being a threat because of this massive regulation change? Works teams have a powerful influence when it's a season like this. But Ferrari, actually, if you look at that, Ferrari made a massive leap just in this like little pre-season period. They actually started over the winter break a little bit down on performance, but then they've made massive strides in this pre-season, the 70 days till this Australian Grand Prix. Mercedes, though, second place. Haas up to third. That's ridiculous. So Behrman and Ocon could be in a top 3 team on paper. Red Bull and McLaren stay put together, close together, but they're both now a bit more down the order. We remain in about 6th place in the standings, but we're now, the difference is we're closer to McLaren and Red Bull than we ever were last season. So even though maybe it might feel a little bit like, oh, we haven't really done as well as I thought we would in the R&D chart, look at how close things are there. I reckon, you know, those 3 upgrades we've got going that have the extra effectiveness, I reckon those come in and we could, well, fingers crossed, try and leapfrog a bit and, you know, push past McLaren and Red Bull in the R&D chart, at least catch up to Haas. Come on now. Haas have absolutely embarrassed us and a lot of the grid by the amount of progress they've made there. Obviously, then after us, there's a bit of a gap then. Aston Martin look really close to us, actually. So Aston, annoyingly, have stayed right with us, but both of us you know, have closed up to McLaren and Red Bull. Then there's a bigger gap to where Audi are, relative, you would say, and then a big gulf then to the bottom 2 teams of RB and Alpine. So Colapinto and Perez may not have the best opportunity to show what they've got. At the front, it could be all Ferrari for once. I mean, Lewis, you know, in the last season we did, you know, the first season, this 25 DLC career mode, Hamilton, you know, what was it, won 3 races in a row and then really dropped off. So is this maybe the better promising start that Ferrari are hoping for to really make an impact early on in the championship? And then what can Mercedes do as their nearest challengers? And then, I mean, I honestly, I think I'm going to probably sense that Haas, Red Bull, McLaren, us at Williams and Aston, there's just going to be a lot of swapping going on. And it's going to be very tight. So even though it says P6, I think it's so close. I think it could be a fight from, what, P3 down to like P12, P14. It could be a fight like that. That's how close it could be with things. So it's going to be really about then us. What can we do in terms of the in-race management to make those calls, to make those positions when they count? And with that, it's time to get into then the first race of the 2026 season. Nowhere to hide now. The race targets look a bit low, but I'm kind of just hoping, again, it's going to be kind of us finessing this and getting the maximum money. So it's not really a bad thing. The reward, the race target's so low. Car performance 13th, apparently. But as we just saw, it is incredibly tight. So let's go in with a positive attitude. I think we can go for double points. I mean, we were going for that last season, but who knows what could happen. You know, we got a podium here last time out. I feel that's probably going to be a bit unrealistic, but never say never in Formula 1. Moderate rain in qualifying, that could definitely help us out, but then dry race means that it could just be a case of going a little bit backwards, but hopefully not. We're kicking the season off in Q1, and it's absolutely tipping it down. It is full wet tyres. Might be Inters right at the end, but let's get a banker lap in on the full wets, just in case. Coming back out in that gorgeous new Williams cars of ours, remaining with the same livery as I said, only got a couple of episodes really of this series with this new Williams livery, so let's enjoy it for another season before moving on. But what has changed is behind, you see Bortoletto now in the Audi versus the Kick Sauber. Right, Sainz is the first car out there, so should be decent amount of clean space, but this is really just a banker lap because even if it isn't Inters at the end, it'll be slightly less wet, so they should get a better time in on the full wet tires. But most people out there, apart from the McLarens, Mercedes, confident about going out later maybe, but others thinking about the banker lap. And what will the likes of, you know, Haas do here today? Right up there in the R&D chart. Very, very cool to see, but intriguing as well. The Ferraris, P1, a lot of pressure on paper to go out there and deliver. But in the wet, I have a hunch things may just change slightly. But Sainz there, a lot of empty space. Obviously, it's going to be purples, but now swiftly taken away from him as he goes green instead. So that means someone else behind us is on purples as Sainz goes to the line, and it's going to be a 137. Who knows if that's any good? We're about to find out. Bortoletto 6 tenths off. Let's see what the likes of the Ferraris can do. Where I think this is Leclerc at the end of the lap. Russell goes quicker. Obviously, he's up there in the Mercedes. 3/10 quicker. Leclerc 8/10 quicker. That Ferrari flexing its muscles maybe a little bit with the pace there, but the Red Bull also, you know, a team that was not too far away from us on the R&D chart. Verstappen making a big difference there, 5/10. And Perez on his return to F1 in the RB, he's very, very close to Carlos Sainz. So there may be some hope yet of Perez delivering something in the RB on his return to Formula 1. Albon pops in a quicker time than Sainz, maybe showing that wasn't the best time from Carlos's Alonso Ocon come in. But we've got plenty to go in this first session of 2026. They're in. We'll wait. And I'll kind of keep an eye on this to see if it's going to be enough to go on to intermediates maybe at the end. I'm thinking probably not, but it's at least going to be a quicker wet time, a wet tire time. I mean, let's see. If it changes to damp, you know, 3.6, I feel like it's the proper crossover. Let's get the inters on, ready, just in case. Realistically, what's the latest we can go out here? Like 2 minutes? And what tyres have people on right now? That water's going down. 3.5. I think it's definitely time for intermediates. Definitely an intermediate tyre here. Definitely an intermediate tyre here. Alonso's gone out. Let's just be a little bit nosy. Yeah, there you go. Intermediates. Right, it's a chance for everyone to be a bit brave at the end here. Play a bit chicken. Who's going to go last? I'm going to try and be last if I can help it. Oh, there's a lot. That's a lot of traffic, isn't it? Right. Sending out Albon. And then Sainz. Sainz will be literally the last man in that train. Hopefully they'll make it. I really hope he's going to make it. Albon definitely will. And Sainz will as well. Okay, cool. So Albon's there. He's starting his lap now. And Sainz is there. Literally, he'll be the last man on circuit. Right now, Fernando Alonso, P1, just showing the difference the intermediate tyre is making. So hopefully Sainz, who's in the drop zone right now, by the way, this makes a big difference for him. Didn't expect to be here with Sainz, but it wasn't an incredibly great lap. And look at McLaren dropping off here a little bit. P10 and 13 with their first laps. Not very ideal for the Constructors' World Champions. But now the lap times will be tumbling, I imagine, as they all come through. Look at all the change on the ladder on the left. It's now time for Albon coming through. Colapinto is crossing the line now. That's Gasly, sorry. So Gasly is in the middle, right behind Albon. Albon, P18, coming to the line. Green, and green, I hope. And shooting up to P2, along with Gasly to P7. And Sainz going from last to second. Good stuff. And wow, our rivals from last season, how the mighty have fallen. 19th and 20th for Aston Martin. Haas, what a waste. What a waste of the third best car on the grid. Just showing, operationally, you need to do the job still. You need to do the job still. And Audi, Bortet and Hulkenberg, they're both through then at the expense of Haas. Colapinto, surprisingly knocked out. He replaced Doohan, and he's not really delivered on the first time of asking. Lando will be a bit upset. P14, a little bit iffy there. So we've got some really interesting battles now in Q2 because both RBs are through. Perez is through, and both Audis are through. So that's really exciting for them. As the new brand in Formula 1 and us. I mean, end the session now. I'll happily take that. All right, on to Q2 then. Is it going to be intermediate? Oh, wets again. Full wets again. Okay. All right, this time, it doesn't look like it's going to be intermediate to the end. I think just a quicker lap on full wets. So, I mean, let's just go out there, get a lap in case. You never know. Might be a crash. You know, some sort of red flag or what. A little bit of traffic there for Albon. I think Sainz is actually quite clear, to be fair. Let's see. 1.9 off Piastri. That's not good.
We're happy with your lap time.
Are we? Hugh Bird, we've just hired you, mate. Are we really that happy with that lap time? I don't think we are, man. Albon's done a good one, though, but Sainz was horrendous. In what universe was that a good lap? Right, we wait to the end of the session. Sainz again finds himself at the bottom of the standings. This is not a great omen for things to come, but it is a wet session, so things happen. It's very much about just who can get the lap in right at the end, maybe at the right time as the water's coming down, but it's not going to be enough to go on to intermediates. I'll go with Albon now, wait a little bit, and then I'll go with Sainz there. It'll be like one of the last guys out on track. And he's done a number to hold up the McLaren, I think that is. Is that Lando? No, it's Piastri. Yeah, a lot of traffic. Oh, yeah, Piastri got held up in that traffic of yours. Right, Albon P8. Sainz P15, big laps needed. Lawson P5, Bortoleto P4 in the Audi. What is going on here? This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Verstappen's up there splitting the Ferraris. How lovely does this Red Bull look, by the way? This is such a good livery. Really, really awesome. And the Audi as well. Great to see the brand in F1 now in this series. Right, Albon, Sainz, what we got going? Yellow first sector for Albon, green middle. Sainz is going well. Albon, really hope you can do enough to get into the top 10, son. Let's see. Albon to the line, 6/10 off the lead, and it's not an improvement for Albon. He'll be knocked out in Q2. First time of asking in 2026. Sainz does get through and shows his speed, shows his experience. Gasly's through, though, the Alpine. Lawson and Bortoleto legitimately got through. Fairs, that's a bit crazy. McLaren's made it. What's this bottle job from Mercedes? P13 and 15? Honestly, this really is 2026. You know, you think it's going one way, and then, for whatever reason, understanding of the new era, new regulations, not working out for Russell and Antonelli, this very much will be like real life, I think. You'll have some massive shocks, because this is what happens when you have a massive regulation change, is throw the form book out the window, throw your analysis out the window, because it's so all new that you can just get it wrong, even if you feel like you've done your homework. Right, we've got one car in for the top 10 shootout. Come on, Sainz. Let's make this a good one. L1 P11's not bad. We're just outside the top 10. Oh, it's intermediates, is it? Oh, intermediates to dry. Very interesting. Okay, I mean, go out there and just get a lap time just for the sake of it, but we'll get the softs ready. Oh, yeah, it's sunny out there. Very, very sunny out there. Right now, the first lap's in Lewis Hamilton genuinely looking very menacing in the Ferrari. Verstappen, though, is there, P2, but look at that sun on the intermediates. It looks a bit silly now, to be honest. So much sun out. Lawson's doing a great job in the RB, splitting the two McLarens right now. Bortoleto's ahead of us. What is that? What is that? Right, soft tire. Let's use this one. All right, we wait. And we'll go out. Bortoleto, what has he gone out on? He's gone out on dries as well. Okay. Is anyone else going to join us? Is Bortoleto... Oh, my God. Okay, for a second, I thought Bortoleto was going to do a madness as one of the few AIs out there. Right, going out now with Sainz. Going to take manual control with him just to heat up those tyres. He's going to have to overtake this McLaren on his outlap. Yeah, he's going to go past all these guys. Good. It's fine. We got a good bit of space there. That's good from Sainz. That is very good from Sainz. That is very good from Sainz. Right. Push. Deploy. Let's go, mate. Let's go. Go, go, go. This is all you, Carlos Sainz. Come on. The first race of 2026. Can we please at least get maybe a cheeky P6? That would be kind of cool. As Bortoleto in the Audi goes provisional pole. But, of course, he's won. He's the first car who's gone on softs. And a bit of racing going on between Verstappen and is that Leclerc? Leclerc got held up for sure in that turn one. So he may not be going much quicker. And he's actually been overtaken by Lando Norris there. So the Ferrari and McLaren confusing Saturday for Sunday. Sainz, what we got? Purple. Purple for Carlos Sainz. We're the last... Well, no, we're actually not the last car on track. We're one of the last cars on track, but Lando and Leclerc are not going to go quicker because they're racing. Verstappen might go quicker than us, but right now we're still purple. So that surely means Verstappen has not got the sector time back from us. And Hamilton, he's coming through. Let's see. These are the first cars now finishing their laps. Gasly goes quicker. Oh, 3.6. Bortoletto's screwed. He went way too early. Hamilton on provisional pole. Tsunoda goes second place. Then you've got Lawson coming in third place. Then it's us. Carlos Sainz crossing the line. Oh! Carlos Sainz, the man you are! The man you are! He's gone quicker than Hamilton. Can Verstappen ruin the party? No! Leclerc on, Lando can't. And that is it, surely. Piastri. No! Yes! That's pole bloody position for Williams in the first race of 2026. Come on! Oh, wow. What a drive, Sainz. What a lap, buddy. What a lap. He is him. That is crazy. That is unbelievable. Pole position. That is the beauty of a wet quali, but now the race is going to be a bit of trial by fire, probably going backwards, but we shall see. We shall see. Let's see what the strategy could be. 2-stop either way. Hard tyre use. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Feel like, oh, there is a 1-stop, you know. There is a 1-stop. Could a 1-stop be worth it for us? We'd have to really stretch that medium stint then, huh? Have to do a lot of that. That requires so... You know what? Maybe we risk the 1-stop with Albon because we're trying to jump him up the order. And he's always been a bit better than on tyre wear than Sainz, I feel. Let's say we go really light on both stints. Can we make it to the end? Got to make it to lap 26 on mediums. That's a bit crazy, but Sainz definitely not. Let's go. Let's go with this strategy. Soft, hard, medium. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Let's go for the hard tyre a little bit earlier, just so we can push. And then probably get on the mediums earlier as well. Lap 39, yeah. I think we split our strategies. We're in 2 different races. Albon's P12, Sainz is P1. So I think also first race of the season, I feel like it makes sense to split the strategies just to kind of see where we land with the tyre wear, with the pace, etc., etc. What I do know is we're both going to be pushing at the start. And both going on 1 less lap of fuel. Right, well, it worked for us in Q3. It's going to work, hopefully, again. Please, come on. Let's go. Let's kick this off with a bang. This 2026 season in the 25 DLC Career Series.
The anticipation is really building here. The fans in attendance are absolutely buzzing with excitement. There'll be plenty closely watching the Alpine driver in this one.
It's going to be difficult for them. P18, that's going to be tough to make an impression on the race from there.
And it looks like we're good to go. Brace yourselves for the Australian Grand Prix. And it's
lights out and away we go from pole position. And I think Sainz has had a good start. Let's go high aggression at the start, boys. Come on. Sainz into turn 1. Still leading in 2026. Tsunoda with a great getaway. Side by side with Hamilton. Lawson's up to P4. Lawson P4. Gasly P5. Bortoleto P8. What is going on in this race? What is going on? Albon's down to P13. That's not ideal, but he maybe is one of few on the mediums. Yeah, he's one of few, but he's just got Piastri, though, to be fair to him. So the Williams gets ahead of the McLaren. The McLaren of Piastri, at least, struggling a little bit. Lando's not too bad. Sainz still leading the way. Let's watch this overtake on Piastri, then. Where did this happen? On the outside. Oh, my days. Go on, Albon. Great move that is. And, oh, wow. We just caught that. I think Lawson overtook the... Oh, wow. Oh, my days. Lawson is absolutely cooking. He is P3. He is doing unbelievable. What in the illegal car has Red Bull cooked up for the second junior team as there's fighting going on between Verstappen and Lando Norris? Maybe Bortoleto involved in it. Oh, he is involved. The Audi goes round the outside. Can't quite get Lando Norris, but he's overtaken the Red Bull. Bortoleto and Verstappen somewhat mates in real life. Well, Gabriel has got Verstappen as we still lead. Tsunoda's the one chasing us. Crazy. Right, keep it going, son. Keep it going. I think we keep pushing for a little bit. With Albon, very much not so, because we're trying to go long. So let's avoid risk curbs and just ease it off, mate, and just settle down for a rhythm. Whereas with Sainz, we can maybe play it a little bit more touch and go with the pushing of the tyres. As, Tsunoda's all over the back of us, though. We need to cool down the tyres a little bit. Tsunoda may just overtake us here. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. Where is he? Tsunoda can't quite make a move yet. But look at this. 4-car train. But this is not the train I was expecting. Sainz, Tsunoda, Lawson, Hamilton, of all people, in the top 4 fight. This is a little bit odd. This is a bit crazy. As Tsunoda goes down the inside. He's not going to have much to defend, is he? Tsunoda will take the lead, but hopefully we can come back at him with the DRS now activated. The problem is Norris also getting involved now, so I fear the McLaren and Ferrari will eventually close up. And Lawson, you know what? Lawson looks a bit close as well. That is a little bit worrying. Come on. Gain. 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 Go for the move, mate. Go for the move. You got this. It's close. It's close. It's close. All right. Second chance. DRS open again. Lando might make a move on the Ferrari in the background there, by the way. But Sainz can't quite make anything on Tsunoda yet. But we've got the back straight to come. You know what? Tsunoda's pulling away and Lawson's now attacking us a little bit. That's a bit frustrating. Albon lost position to Piastri. He's complaining a bit. I mean, we're trying to go long, man. So we've got a long day ahead of us. I think on pure pace, we're not going to be pulling up from P14 at the moment. But I think it's a case of, from last season, quite a few races, slow burners. At the end, that's where we're picking up positions as Gasly just gets the Leclerc there. And Albon might fall behind Behrman. I mean, the Haas cars should be climbing up. What's happening here? Antonelli, P18. Haas down here. Russell. It's almost like that R&D chart was just fibbing to us, it seems like, because RB were not up here, and they are right up here right now in this race. Crazy. Right, pushing Sainz a little bit to keep up with Tsunoda. Tyre temps are very decent.
Focus on the tyres now.
Probably need to save a little bit of battery. I feel like maybe doing a little bit of manual micromanagement maybe of this battery to try and get Sainz a little bit closer. I feel like as soon as Lawson gets a bit too close... Well, you know what? Lawson's doing us a job, a favour of holding up Lewis. I think once Lewis is released, he's going to be looking to steamroll all of us into P1 as Sainz gets close, but not close enough. Oh, Albon's happy. He's re-overtaken Piastri. Go on, son. Go on. Overtaken one of the championship contenders from last season. You've got to be happy about that, even if it is for P13. As Lawson is really doing us a massive favour here. That's allowing us to save a bit of battery. Although Sainz just used a little bit there, even with top up. Oh, let's go neutral through here. Oh, Hamilton. Oh, there you go. Hamilton round the outside. Hamilton may just be released soon yet. As Albon loses 2 positions. No. What's that? It's a lock-up, isn't it? It's a lock-up. It's a lock-up. This is really the biggest tale of two halves or 2 sides of the garage. He just gets swarmed. He just gets swarmed. Oh, Sainz might go for it. Leclerc fastest lap. Interesting. Oh, God, the Ferrari. Okay, the Ferraris are now going to cook. The Ferraris going to cook. They are leading in the R&D chart, so should expect it. Let's go harvest through here. And then Lando's got past Lawson as well, so sooner rather than later, I think they're going to be a threat to us as they're gaining. DRS open. There goes Hamilton looking for the move. Can't quite make it there. Might do in this next straight. No. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. How about now? It's close. It's close. Not yet. We're holding on. Oh, what the? Where's that come from? We were looking backwards and we didn't see what was happening ahead of us. Sainz in the lead. Push now. Push now. Dump this battery. Dump this battery. This is the time to push, my guy. This is the time to push. Let Tsunoda fight with Hamilton. Let Tsunoda fight with Hamilton. All right, Sainz's tyres overheating now. Let's calm it down. Oof. Tsunoda will come back at us. I think this may be our undoing. This fight with Tsunoda, because there you go. There's the Ferrari on the inside. This is just going to be absolute ropes, isn't it? Tsunoda into P2. Hamilton may come for us again. And we don't have DRS on this straight to help us. Oof, that's close. Right, let's focus on Albon for a little bit. We're P16. Pace has been woeful.
No point even trying to defend these positions.
Yeah, I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry. We've neglected you a little bit. Let's push a bit with you, mate. Let's push a little bit with you. Sainz P2. Oh, okay, Tsunoda's pulled right away. Bloody Nora. That's the true pace of the Red Bull then, clearly. Right, I'm going to accept that Sainz is going to fall away now. I'm going to accept that because he's going to get done by Hamilton. And soon enough, Lando and Verstappen will come through. I'm trying to get Albon a bit more back into this race. He's trying to look to keep up with Antonelli, one of the drivers disappointing in this race so far. Mercedes drop-off here from where the R&D chart said. It needs to be studied, to be honest, as the RBs are falling off. Gasly's still holding P7 down. Bortoletti, to be fair, not really moved too far away from P8 to P9 here. And we're holding on to P3 for now, but Lando and Verstappen are right behind us. There we go. Oh, Albon got Antonelli. Oh, brilliant. Good overtake. Oh, on the outside, on that first DRS zone. After turn 1 and 2. Good move. Good move from Albon. Right, we've been done by Lando. We're going to get done by Verstappen very soon, I think, as well. And Leclerc. Okay, good. Surely we've got better tyres, though. No. Wow. Wow. These guys have much better tyre wear. I thought our tyre preservation was pretty damn good, but these guys have actually cooked me. Oh, Tsunoda's in early. His tyres were really gone, to be fair. His tyres were really gone. So we're P5 now. We're kind of equalising now. We're kind of still keeping up with Leclerc, which is good. Albon's now on P11. If we can get Behrman, it could be a bit of clean air, you know. It could be some clean air. Let's go attack a bit. Try and get him. There we go. Got him. Sorted. Lovely. Okay, clean air now. Yes. I said it last season. Honestly, it's like Churchill, the wagging dog. What's going on? Right, Albon's got good clean air. That's good. That's really solid for him. And Sainz has got DRS off Leclerc. Might come back at him. His old teammate from Ferrari. It's been 2 years now in game. Okay, at least we're sticking with the Ferrari and McLaren you can see on the map there. Ferrari peels away, actually. We're doing well here. We're doing well. Pit window is going to be open. Let's push. Yellow flags. What's happened? Who's that for? Oh, I thought there was going to be something there. Oh, Antonelli. Oof. I bigged up Mercedes too much in the little preamble, clearly, because they are bottling. Oh, he's done a Piastri. That is painful for Antonelli. I really thought it was going to be Merc v Ferrari in this first race in this season, but Merc's bottle must be studied. What has gone on with them this first race? Right, I'm going to pit in with Sainz, go into hards, try and get the undercut going. Save fuel whilst we do it. Albon's going to continue on as he is. He's doing a decent job. He's just doing what he needs to do. Right, Sainz 3.3. Not a great pit stop. We need to work on that for sure. We're behind Perez. On hards now, let's push. Get those hards up to temperature. Right, Albon's running P4 at the moment on this one stop. He's with the leaders now that are effectively got the same amount of stops as he's got. So, not too bad, actually. Tsunoda, though, 1.6 ahead, but Lewis surely is going to look to catch. But Verstappen's really pressuring the reigning champ. Really, really going for it. Oh, I didn't notice. Oh, that's really nice on that halo, isn't it? So, Red Bull really upsetting the status quo of the R&D chart here, as they're 1-3 at the moment. As Albon, that's Sainz getting overtaking Gasly, I think that is. Yep. Oh, Gasly comes back at him, though. Come on, mate. Come on. Get that done. We need to be clearing Bortoletti, to be honest, as well. Gasly and Bortoletti are going to annoy us. They're on the softs, aren't they? Soft and medium, they're going to annoy the hell out of us. Right, Albon's going to get overtaken by Lando, but then it's clean air, really, from there. I need to get... Oh, look at this train Sainz is in. It's unbelievably bad. This is so bad. Gasly, Bortoletti, Sainz, Russell, Antonelli, Lawson, Piastri stuck in there as well. I need to harvest here, man. Harvest for a little bit.
Overtake.
And then use deploy. We need to get past these guys ASAP, brother. Come on. Make this move on the Alpine. Good. Keep going. Keep pushing. I know you're wrecking the tyres. Albon, get out of the way, man. Yellow flags. For what? Oh, Antonelli's had an issue with Fernando Alonso, I think. I think he's tripped over Fernando Alonso. No, he may have just locked up and collected Alonso. I don't know. Antonelli's having a 2026 opener to forget. Absolutely is. Locks up in the gravel. And then I think Alonso just, I don't know, Alonso had something going on. Right, Sainz in clean air now, on his way, on his bike, but it's going to be for maximum P6 if we can grab Perez. That'll basically be it. Which, to be fair, is exactly what I said I wanted to aim for at the start of this. In terms of, when we went to Q3, forget the poll, because that was crazy. I did say I wanted to aim for P6 in Q3, like on actual merit pace. So we can get P6 in this race, I won't be too upset. That'll be all right. But we have then, hopefully, we need to put high hopes on the upgrades that we have got in the pipeline to really push us forward, because obviously this isn't going to be enough to really challenge for consistent podiums. Right, Gasly's got us again, but he's on the softs. Like, he's just not gonna win that fight, Sainz, is he? So I think better just to keep with him with DRS, I guess, and he'll wear out eventually. He will wear out eventually. 48%. His tyres will go off soon. Meanwhile, Albon's actually doing really well, considering he's 37% tyre, whereas Bortoletto just gets pushed off. Albon's doing incredibly well on these worn mediums. Right, Albon's up to pit stops now. Let's go. Onto the hards. Push. All right, Albon's pushed very hard. He just got overtaken there on the lower fuel, but he's in.
Into turn 1. Yep.
Sainz has now got Gasly a little bit covered because his tyre wear surely really kicked in now. Really, really kicked in. 39% for him. Surely, come on. Let's go attack a bit. Let's push. 3.2 slow stop. We really need to work on the pit stops on the speed for sure. Right, let's get this tyre up to temperature. All right, we're last place with Albon. We are last place. We are really hoping for a massive switch up at the end of this race with this one stop. All right, I want to catch Perez. I want to catch Perez with Sainz. Come on. Let's gain on him. 1.5, 1.4, 1.2, 1.1. Within 1 second. Good. Calm it down. We've got DRS now. Oh, Perez just pit. He just pit. We just got DRS on him, for goodness sake. Okay, it's all right. It's all right. Keep going. Keep going. All right, Hamilton's pit, and he's come out ahead of us. So that's just the pace difference there of Ferrari to us. Perez with the fastest lap. He's on the softs, isn't he? Yeah, we've got a medium to come. I think the medium is going to be good for us. Albon did some solid work on the medium. Now he's fighting he's fighting Hulkenberg, the Audi, for P18. Sainz might get closed up with Piastri and Russell. Push a little bit. I really don't fancy them fighting us. Oh, he's got us. He's got us. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Carry on. Right, pit window's opening now. Tyre wear's not too bad. I think we could probably afford to push and go attack. Oh, we just got Piastri back. Good stuff, Sainz. Okay, let's go aggressive. Let's go. What's the lap time like? 122.8. That's better from Sainz. He's pushing. Oh, he's really pushing that tyre. 122.8. 122.9. Okay, dropping off a little bit. Time to come in. Medium. Let's go. Let's save fuel whilst we do it. Sainz comes in just as Tsunoda catches him. Just as Tsunoda catches him. Right, he's in for the medium. Albon's up to 13th, so that one stop is catapulting him slightly up the order. Let's go for a little bit of pushing, Albon. Let's watch this pit stop. Okay. 30.4. Okay. Not bad. No, it's just horrendous. Right, Sainz, P11. He's got some fuel to save. He's got a lot of overtaking to do, but maybe some of these guys need to pit again? No. Wow, he's got a lot of overtaking to do to get to P6. Bloody Nora. Right, let's get to work, mate. Right, he's going to get Lawson immediately. Good. And Albon gets Hulkenberg. Good. This is good vibes from both our drivers. Both making moves. I like it. I like it. Right, Sainz is pushed away from Lawson. That's ideal. Verstappen pits from the lead. Hamilton will take the lead. Like I said, it looks all good for him and Ferrari. But who's going to be P2? I think Verstappen might just come out in P2, you know. Lando's ahead of Tsunoda at this point. So Tsunoda's dropped off from his race lead at one point. And this is going to be close. But Verstappen is just going to get ahead of Lando Norris for P2 to P3 in that podium fight. Sainz, P9. This is the job then. We've got, what? 17 laps to go. Looking to gain... It's only 4 seconds to Gasly to get the P7. Piastri's got to pit again, right? He's doing he might be doing a one stop. He's on hards though, so surely he'll fall away. So we are aiming for P6. Piastri's trying a very audacious one stop. To be fair, he had to because he was down here, so he needs to try something different to catapult himself. That's exactly what we are trying to do with Albon, basically. Really, you know, the big disappointments from the race will be Haas and Merck. Like, what happened to them two today? And then RB, the fall off is crazy here. They had such a good first stint, and then it just went nowhere. Right, Russell has got Piastri. Therefore, we should get Piastri by the end of this race.
1 second.
We're not that far off Lando as well, you know.
Race is on.
Is a P5 cheekily on the cards? Who knows? Right, let's go pushing here a little bit. Let's get Gasly quickly, please. Oh, we're getting... Oh, Piastri's fallen off the cliff. Go deploy. Get him. Double move, double move. On the outside of one. It's going to be one. One car then. Please, let's get him.
Just chip away.
Get him, get him, get him. You have to overtake him now. Sainz, if you don't overtake this McLaren right now, this is going to be really, really annoying. Come on the outside. There we go. That's it, that's it. Sound. 15 laps to go. Push. We got good tyre wear left in the tank. We can definitely catch Russell. And Albon's holding down P11. Antonelli just got him. He was holding down P10, to be fair, actually. So, what's the tyre wear saying, though? I think Albon... Okay, we're playing the long game. We have to eke out the tyres to get to the end here. Right, looking to close up on Russell. We are gaining very consistently with Sainz on Russell. And we're not even pushing him. 2 points. Okay, now the gaps. Stopped coming down. Let's push him a bit more. Where's Albon at? P11 still there. Still watching Antonelli, and Piastri's fallen away so much that he might fall into the clutches of Albon. All right, we're gaining on Russell, and we have closed up to Russell. 1 second.
Cool the tyres.
DRS will be available soon, I imagine. Fastest lap by the Audi of Hulkenberg as Piastri pits down in last place. How the mighty have fallen. One of the championship contenders. Looks like McLaren's bottle job in Abu Dhabi really did a number on Piastri's psychology maybe here. Verstappen and Red Bull loving life, upsetting the order of the R&D chart. Mercedes nowhere to be found. P2 and 3 for them. Ferrari, though, Ferrari and specifically Hamilton, the quickest man here. This is exactly what he'd be dreaming of in 2026, wouldn't he? Wouldn't it? As Perez gets out. Oh, Perez gets Albon. No, what are we doing? Right, I feel like we could probably push him a little bit harder here now. Albon. Finding it difficult to really make inroads on Russell now. It's kind of clear that Merc actually is a bit quicker than us, but we're trying our best. We're trying our best. Oh, Antonelli puncher. Antonelli puncher. That's big for Merc. His day just goes from bad to worse. No, Antonelli. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Right. Trying to push now. The gap's grown to 2.3. This P6 might just elude us, but let's give it a good go now with only a handful of laps to go. And Albon's up to P10 because of all that chaos. Go on, mate. Go on. Oh, he's got no one near him. I reckon Albon actually will fully get P10 here. He'll manage 1 point, which will be great for him. Really great for him, considering the position, the one stop he's done. This will be insane for him. All right, we're catching Russell now. 3 laps to go. I'm just wary of making this move too early, so let's just calm it down. Save battery. Save battery for when you get the move done, mate.
Yeah.
And then Albon holding P10. I think he'll get P10. What? What? Are you serious? Hang on a minute. Lewis was leading by a lot. Did he make a mistake? Did we miss it somewhere? Wait, is there a way to look at this data? What happened? Hamilton. Lap 50. We missed it. Lap 51. What happened? Car behind. Verstappen gained 2 seconds in a lap here. I don't understand. How is... Oh, no, Lewis. That might be a really big bottle from you, my friend. What has gone on there? What has gone on there? I thought for a second he pit for another time. What's his tyre wear? They've got the same tyre wear. Verstappen's just absolutely cooked him. What? How has that actually happened? He's overtaken him, and then 7 laps later, he's 9 seconds ahead. That is crazy. What? Okay, Sainz has got Russell. Beautiful. Where did he get him? Oh, lovely visor cam to do it. On the inside, last sector. Lovely. Right, so now, very importantly, I learned from my errors last season when we, remember when we overtook Sonoda in Singapore? We're going to save the battery, save the fuel, ready for the last lap in case we need to make another overtake. Because Russell may just come back at us as Verstappen starts the final lap. I was ready to go GG's. Hamilton and Ferrari have smashed this. I don't know where he's come from, but the inevitable man the reigning 5-time champ in the series. Verstappen leads. What on earth has gone on there? How's he done that? Sainz is going to pull through for P6. Right, let's push it. Give it everything you got, mate. Same for Albon here, mate. Oh, he's going to need it. Oh, no. Wow, Russell actually got us. Russell actually got us. We need this ERS then on the last straight. Come on. Right, bit of manual ERS usage. Come on. Let's cook him. Overtake available. No DRS on this straight. Gaining. Max Verstappen has won it. Max Verstappen has won the opening race of 2026. Can we get this P6 back from Russell? Come on, dump the battery. Tyres are going off. Oh, no. Really? Even with DRS and all this energy, we can't get Russell. Come on. Come on. No. The tyres have done us. We've gone off the cliff. Can we get it on the line? No. As if... Even when I save energy, we get done on the last laps. We make the move too early. And we don't get the P6. It's P7 and... I mean, GG's to Albon. P10 is ridiculous, pulling off that one stop. Really good job. Perez, on his return to Formula 1, gets points in the RB. Alonso is there again, as per usual. But what on earth happened here? What on earth happened here? How on earth did Hamilton let that win slip through his fingers? Crazy, crazy stuff. Well, that race did not go the way I thought it was going to be for the lead. And then for us, I thought we did enough there to get Russell. You know, we had all that battery, but that DRS was just so powerful in the last lap. And then we ran out of tyres as he overtook us on that last lap. So really, really not ideal for us. But we're still P5, but we're 1 point off Merc. We're a bit closer there. And I'm hoping these upgrades that we've got in the pipeline are going to be a massive shot on the arm next episode. But for now, that's still been a pretty damn decent start to the 2026 season here in-game, and entertaining as well. Guys, if you have enjoyed it, then be sure to hit the like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you're around here, then do get subscribed for weekly Formula 1 content. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.